Yo, yo, what's going on, my fellow wrestling fans? Welcome to a brand new week and welcome to a brand new edition of what we like to call the Clash of the Champions, where we talk about the different personalities, storylines, controversies, and everything in between that center around this world we know and love as professional wrestling. I am your host, the vegan you believe in, Conscious Kurt, aka the Professor in the flesh as always.
And this is his tag team partner, none other than the adventurer himself, Jonathan Randall, Mr. Life of the Party. And it's definitely been a very party like build up for SummerSlam. The matches are heating up, and we'll have our prediction episode coming up soon within the next week. But man, it's
Yeah.
been exciting, man. What's been going on so far?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, especially the last week or so since we last spoke to you guys. One of the storylines that's really heated up is the storyline love triangle, if you want to call it, between Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Dominik Mysterio. So the last time we spoke to you guys, Rhea Ripley made her return after 3 months being out with a shoulder injury, and she came to confront Liv Morgan and Dominik. And then as the last few weeks have gone on, it has been made official that Liv Morgan will be defending the women's world title against Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. Only thing that has not been made official yet is whether or not Dominik will be hanging from the ceiling for them to climb a ladder to get him.
Well, at that moment, I mean, I think after what happened the following week, I don't think that will be. I don't think that will happen.
Yes, I'm getting into that. In the first week or so since Rhea came back, she was really giving Dominik the cold shoulder. She wasn't trying to hear anything he had to say. And yeah, it was not looking good for Mr. Dominik to the point where Rhea Ripley was even kind of giving a little bit of attention to one Jey Uso.
Mm.
And that did not make Dominik very happy, and he's been kind of stressing out about that since. But then this past Monday on Raw, there was a segment in which Rhea and Dominik were in the ring, and then Liv Morgan was supposed to come out, but she did not come out as she was in the crowd holding a little championship belt. And there was some nice little pictures of Liv Morgan in that outfit that we saw online. I'm sure you saw them. Yeah, so it looks like the Attitude Era is officially back, but we'll get into that later. And then as Liv Morgan was standing up in the crowd, Dominik said, "I only have 3 words for you. I hate you. I hate you. You've ruined my life. You suck. You're horrible." And he started saying a whole bunch of shit in Spanish that actually got translated right afterwards. That was very fucking mean. And it was
Yep.
to the point where Liv Morgan was crying, boo-hooing, and yeah, she was definitely feeling the pain of being rejected by Dominik. But who gives a fuck? She deserved it.
I mean, no, I mean, part of me kind of feels bad for her a little bit, but just to see her heartbroken like that. But at the same time, I mean, what she was doing in the past was bad. You know what I mean? It was trifling. It was
Yeah,
vicious.
some trifling ass shit. She's no better than Cousin Faith from Soul Food.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of I like that segment though because you kind of thought that Rhea wasn't gonna go back to Dom and all that stuff. You thought that whole thing was just fall apart, and then this shows up. I love the story, but I think something's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say it yet. I'm gonna wait till the predictions. I'm gonna wait until the prediction show next week. But as of right now, I love this segment.
Not as much as Dominik loved it at the end as Rhea Ripley grabbed him
Ah.
by the hair and just licked his face. Shit. Yo, Dominik
Man.
Mysterio is living that good life right now. He has Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan fighting over him, and he has his real wife at home.
Oh my lord! And you know what's even funnier? When when Dominic was pretty much begging for Rhea's forgiveness with giving her the roses. Literally, that's like the same thing between Eddie Guerrero and China back in 2000. They literally
Yeah, when
recreated that. I love that.
Yeah, when Eddie was trying to sabotage China being on Playboy and she was pissed at him,
Ah,
and then he ended up proposing to her. Yeah, that whole thing was all
yeah.
over the place. But yeah, I've loved the way this storyline's gone, and this is honestly one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most next Saturday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match, but there's also one match that I'm definitely looking forward to. In my opinion, will be honestly will be the best match of the night, and that is between the feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
And yes, this past Monday on Raw, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre were both in the building, and CM Punk officially announced that he is cleared to return to the ring.
Yes.
And that brought out Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was going to come out to confront Punk, but all the security guards and all the little goofs got in the way of both of them. And then Adam Pearce came out to make the announcement that it is official: CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. But
Yes.
there is going to be a special added person to this match who's going to make sure that law and order is served and that things go the way that they're supposed to go. And that special guest referee that Adam Pearce announced for the match is none other than Mr. Seth Rollins, Mr. Wacky Ass Outfits himself.
My God, what referee outfit he's gonna wear on Saturday?
Next Saturday, that's the thing about Seth Rollins. Like, you don't know, like, exactly. You can, like, imagine in your head, like, what wacky ass shit he's gonna wear, but it'll never match what wacky ass shit he ends up actually wearing.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be a referee attire though, but it's going to be pretty wacky though. But regardless though, he is a special guest referee, as you predicted, and I like it. And yeah, he is there for law and order to be fair and impartial, but hell is going to break loose regardless.
Yes, and there's also been an added stipulation that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are not allowed to touch each other until SummerSlam, and if they do, they are both getting suspended.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Wow.
Yeah, this is the other match I'm looking forward to the most at SummerSlam. I love what they've done with this whole build. Yeah, Punk and McIntyre, I think I've said this before, are going to go down as the feud of the year.
Yes.
And adding Rollins as the guest referee is the icing on the cake. This has SummerSlam 97 written all over it.
Written all over it. Yeah, man. Because, you have Brett and Taker, and then Shawn, kind of just throws himself in there randomly. And then, it made things even more special, but also made it more like, crap, what's going to happen, because there was a stipulation, for that match. So I can't wait for it. There's so many matches on this card that I'm looking forward to. And I tweeted this, I think, a week ago. So I said that this SummerSlam could go down possibly one of the greatest, along with 92, 2000, and 2002. It could go down as one of the greatest because of this match card. And there's so many other matches on this card that I'm looking forward to, man. It's like, it's a lot. You have Bron Breakker versus Sami Zayn. Bron Breakker's getting his rematch for the Intercontinental title.
After defeating Ilya Dragunov on Raw by referee stoppage.
Good Lord.
He speared him so hard outside the ring to the point where Ilya Dragunov's head, the back of his head, hit the ring apron, and the referee just called it off.
I know.
But one thing I wanted to say about the Sami Zayn and Bron Breakker thing, for the 8 years that Sami Zayn has been on the main roster, this is going to be his very first SummerSlam.
Yeah, I read that.
Fuck, I didn't even realize that until they brought it up.
Me neither. Yeah, I didn't realize that either, but I'm going to go ahead and say Bron Breakker needs to win this match. Like, seriously, he needs to win this match.
Yeah, he's been on a tear, bro. He's
on
definitely
a tear,
been...
and you need to, like, look, the whole Sami Zayn ride has been fun, and that match he had at WrestleMania was good, but you need to, now is the time. Bron Breakker needs to win this match, and I'll be super pissed if he loses.
Anything is possible, but we will see what happens next Saturday. But I'm just so happy to see this Intercontinental title being defended at SummerSlam in a marquee match.
Same.
But yes, also for the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam, we're going to be having Damien Priest against Gunther. And this feud is heated up over the last 2 weeks, including last week on Raw when they had a really good back and forth segment where, like, Gunther was talking about how, like, poverty is a choice. And, like, the people that Damien Priest surrounds himself, that being Judgment Day, were a bunch of losers, so he's a loser by association. Yeah, Gunther was being a huge douche in this segment. He would, from like the vibe I was getting from Gunther and that back and forth, he would have fit in very well on Fox News.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, saying like poverty's a choice, slavery's a choice. Yeah, he fit in well with like Sean Hannity and all, and Laura Ingraham and all those douchebags. Yeah, he fit in well with all of them.
You know, it's crazy. I think the one thing I'm loving about this feud is that both Gunther and Damien Priest they're getting physical with each other. You know what I mean? And sometimes we rarely see that. We rarely see that in build-ups for a championship match, because usually they don't physically get in contact with each other. Usually just have a, like a segment here and a segment there, and talk trash, and that's it. But they've been going at it with each other for these past couple of weeks, and I love it.
Yeah, last Monday on Raw, Gunther came out again to talk some more shit, and the crowd was booing the hell out of him. Ooh, the
Ooh.
crowd was not liking Mr. Gunther, but as he was cutting his little promo, he was interrupted by Damien Priest, and Damien Priest came to the ring, and he acted like he was about to talk, but instead of talking, he just started coming for Gunther and throwing some hands at him. And these two were brawling, beating the hell out of each other to the point where they had to be separated by security and referees. And then backstage after the commercial break, Jackie Redmond tried to get a word with Gunther. But as Jackie Redmond was trying to talk to Gunther, Damian Priest came out of nowhere again and started beating up Gunther some more until security had to separate them both. And they were both kicked out of the arena and banned for the rest of the night.
Creates more tension for the storyline, and I love it. It makes the match more appealing now, because like if they weren't doing these things, let's be honest, we probably would have been like, I don't know, whatever about this match. You know what I mean? Some people, but what they're doing, that's what makes it like I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, I like what they've done with the build for the last few weeks. And
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot more interesting of a match than I thought it would have been
Yeah,
initially.
because of what they've been doing. If they weren't doing this, we would have been like, you know what I mean?
This definitely has a lot more interest than Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose from SummerSlam 2016.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, I was watching a little
Damn.
bit of 2016 yesterday, and that was just such a random title match for SummerSlam.
It was. Yeah.
After
And
Ziggler,
they really didn't have like a build up for that, did they?
they
No?
didn't have a build up. It was like a mid card match, pretty much. And Ziggler hadn't been in the main event picture in like years, and they just randomly put him
Yeah.
in a title match at SummerSlam. Ah,
That I forgot about that one. Crazy.
is what it is. But yes, that's
Yeah.
pretty much the Raw side of SummerSlam. There might be one more match added from Raw, that being maybe Chad Gable against Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, possibly, but so far we have 7 matches, and the whole, quality over quantity thing. So we'll see. But so far there are 7 matches on the card.
And over on SmackDown, it's been made official since we last spoke to you guys. It will be Cody Rhodes against Solo Sikoa for the WWE Championship. And over the last few weeks
Yes.
on SmackDown, the new Bloodline took out Randy Orton as they powerbombed his ass through the announce table, and while hitting Cody Rhodes with a Samoan spike while he was tied into the ropes. And they also laid out Kevin Owens last week.
Yeah, man. The bloodline has pretty much been getting the advantage over Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Pretty much like prior to Money in the Bank.
Yeah, they have. Ever since Jacob Fatu debut, they've been on a tear.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, people aren't really that crazy about this match. They kind of feel like it's not like a real, like a main event championship match for SummerSlam. But I think it makes sense. I mean, look, it's not the match I'm looking forward to the most, but I feel like with the story they're trying to tell and everything, it makes sense because we all know how this is
Yeah.
going to end and we all know who's going to show up at the end.
Right. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I really don't. But I mean, some people feel like they're just, it's whatever. But I'm okay with it. I like the role that Solo Sikoa is in. He has really made a big step and a big difference within a year of his character and what he's been doing, the direction that they have for him. So I like it.
Yeah, bro, he debuted 2 years ago at that Clash of the Castle show, and now he's going to
Yeah.
be in the main event of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done well
Just
for
be happy.
himself. Yeah, he did well.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm very happy for him.
He's not winning the title, but he's done well for
No,
himself.
but this is good for him to be in that position. Like I'm very happy to see wrestlers that usually are not put in that spot, but when they do, I'm happy for them because that shows the confidence that the company has in that person.
I think he's still growing into the whole like leader of the bloodline role and like the new tribal
All right.
chief role, but
Oh, he's handled it. Oh, when I'm watching those segments, especially the segment that they had with Paul Heyman, oh, he's handling it very well.
yeah, it's crazy. It's been a month since that angle when they laid out Heyman. It's been a month now.
Yeah. Uh huh.
And also for the women's title at SummerSlam, we do have Bayley defending against Nia Jax.
Yeah, and they had a segment with each other. It was like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
Oh, Nia Jax was hating on Bayley.
where she called her BBL Bayley.
That is not BBL, ladies and gentlemen. That is all natural. I would know.
No, regardless, no judgment. Bayley still looks good.
Yeah.
And also Bayley was bringing up the fact that Nia Jax was like sloppy all those years ago, and how like Nia Jax like injured her shoulder back in 2017, which caused her to miss SummerSlam that year.
Right.
Interesting little callback. And
Yeah.
also, the one thing this match has looming over it is Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank briefcase,
Yes.
which she's
Yes.
kind of teased cashing in over the last few weeks. Although Nia
Right.
Jax kind of gave her a dirty look, so she ended up not doing it anymore. But I feel like that's going to play into this match come next Saturday.
How can we forget about that? I think, man, that's going to, have a cause and effect in it. But I'll save that for next week, though. But yeah, how can we not forget about that, man? Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank contract.
I have to ask you, what have you thought of Bayley's title reign so far?
It's okay. I think with this one, I'm liking this one because before that, there really wasn't like she hasn't had like actual like good storyline or a build up. You know what I mean? So it's been
Yeah, that's what I said online a few weeks ago when somebody posted about it. I said under the comments that her matches have been good and the belt looks good on her, but the only problem is that she's not really in any interesting storylines.
Yeah, and this is the only one that's been interesting so far. So I don't know how this is going to play out in the end. I just wish that she could do a program with Bianca Belair, maybe. You know what I mean? Or
it's been done already. That's been done already.
I wish, or you know what? It's a shame that Charlotte Flair's hurt. If Charlotte Flair wasn't hurt, I guarantee you they would have did a storyline with each other.
Hey, Charlotte could be back soon. Charlotte was supposed to be out for about 9 months. She's been out since December? She could be back within the next like month and a half, possibly.
Okay, but again, we don't know how this is going to turn out after Saturday.
After next Saturday, no, we do not. Yeah. But yeah, this has definitely been the most interesting storyline she's been in since she's won the title.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. And also, last Friday on SmackDown, it was made official for the United States title. The douchebag fuck Logan Paul will defend his title for only the third time since he's won it against LA Knight.
Yeah. Thank God. LA Knight will get his moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy for him. I predicted this. That he needs to get a U.S. title shot, and thank God it will happen.
He's going to get the title shot. I'm looking forward to the match. But as far as how the match turns out, I will let you know in our prediction show next week.
Do you know that Logan Paul's, I think he is one of the longest reigning U.S. champions, and that dude only defended that title twice?
What a crock of shit.
This crap has to end, dude.
He's a disgrace.
Yeah. Look, I get the feud and the heat is cool. I like it, but damn it, like, oh man, I'm so happy for Logan. For LA Knight right now.
Oh. Yeah, he's a disgrace to America. He's a disgrace to that championship, and he's a disgrace to human decency.
He needs this moment because that solo championship, and this reminds me of. And we were talking about this the other day, right? And it's regarding Jey Uso. And it is kind of shocking that SummerSlam is, the second biggest event of the year behind WrestleMania, right? And Jey Uso's not on the card. And Rikishi talked about that.
Yeah, Rikishi did talk about that recently. He mentioned that he wasn't happy with the fact that like Jey Uso's like being thrown into this like Dominik and Rhea Ripley storyline, and he's like, "Yo, that's the best you can come up with, it, dude. Like, what do you want to do? Break up his marriage or something?" I kind of felt like that line was like a little too far. I kind of feel like he was maybe exaggerating too much with that line.
When it came to that part,
yeah, because wrestlers who are like in relationships, they do on-screen relationships with other people all the time.
Yeah, Dominik.
Yeah, Dominik and Rhea Ripley are both married.
Yeah. The one thing I do agree on Rikishi's part when he said before that, it's kind of weird how like you've been building this dude up as a great potential singles competitor, right? Good future ahead of him, which I truly believe, right? But you don't have anything for him. And I think the one thing that bothers me the most is that this guy has he's not a solo champion yet. He's not intercontinental champion. And hopefully after the Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker feud, that maybe it could finally push him into that into that storyline where he could go after that title, because I would love to see him win that championship. But I just they kind of got their foot off the pedal lately. I really thought that he was going to win the Money in the Bank contract. That would have been perfect for him. That would have been very great for him. I get what they did with Drew McIntyre as far as a storyline with CM Punk, but as I predicted, I thought it would have been better if CM Punk would have interfered in that match, in the ladder match instead, cost Drew the match, and have Jey Uso to win that match. Long term, that would have been better for Jey. You have the Money in the Bank contract. You're up and coming, rising singles competitor. Great future ahead. That would have been great for him.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He's kind of felt a little bit cold ever since Backlash. It's so funny, like Backlash, he had that great ass entrance with like the lights out and people putting their phones up and shit. It was all dope. And yeah, like you kind of felt like it was like a new marketing thing for him. But pretty much ever since then, he hasn't really been on TV as much.
No, and then pretty much like it just shows him, avoiding the Wyatt Six when he's in a match, and then him, pretty much kind of like expressing his feelings for Rhea Ripley. That's it. And then, insult to injury, you're not on the card for SummerSlam.
Yeah, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think he's gonna be a part of a bloodline reunion because with Roman coming
I see
back,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
he's gonna need some backup.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I see that. But I think the stuff that I want to see him do this year before this year is over, I want him to see him become Intercontinental Champion. So if Braun Breaker wins next Saturday, right, I would love to see him feud with Jey Uso.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But from what came out this past week, it seems like two people are going to be heading out of WWE very soon. And those two people, to my surprise, are Bobby Lashley and MVP.
Yeah, man, that was a shocker. They were not on the roster anymore. It's kind of sad to see that, because I love Bobby Lashley and MVP. And MVP, I read a quote actually that was very interesting, because it was about because this whole thing that he was doing, it was just like a one off. He wasn't supposed to be there long term. So this is what he said, reflecting back to his latest run in WWE. So start quote: I came back so my baby boy could see daddy in the WWE in a WWE ring, the Royal Rumble. That's all I wanted. A one off. I was ready to retire. Then I received an offer to become a producer. The pandemic hit. I became a producer and commentator for Main Event. Next, they asked me to put the boots on to help out with TV during the PC era. One episode of Raw, MVP was in 9 segments. Heyman agreed to put me and Roberto together. I signed a full-time talent contract, and then we made history. What a ride, end quote.
I think it all goes back to like when they split up the Hurt Business, like just randomly out of nowhere, when they
Yes.
had all that momentum going on.
Yes. Oh my God, that was bad. And this is when Vince McMahon was there. Damn it.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley just won the title. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander were the tag team
Yeah.
champions. MVP was like a good mouthpiece for them. Yeah, they had a lot of momentum, and
Mhm.
then Vince's dumbass just broke them up randomly.
I know, out of nowhere, and way too damn soon. They weren't even together for like a year yet, were they?
Nah, they weren't. And I guess apparently even with Triple H in charge now, I guess they're still not happy and they still like don't feel like they're being used to their full potential, which I kind of
No,
get. I have to
right.
be honest, ever since Triple H took over, Bobby Lashley hasn't really felt that special.
No, he hasn't. And then, when they formed Bobby Lashley with
The Street
the Street
Profits.
Profits, you thought, oh, okay, cool. Like, this could, you know, I could see potential in this. And I didn't really see anything with this. They didn't really do much with that.
Yeah, it didn't really go anywhere. Like it
No,
seemed like they were gonna be bad guys, but then the crowd was cheering them, so they turned good again. And yeah, they just haven't felt like a significant part of the show. They're still good and everything, and they're still fun to watch, but there's just not really much with them storyline wise.
no.
So I was even hearing from Dave Meltzer, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, that they're more than likely going to try to go to AEW and reform the Hurt Business there.
That's what I heard. It is funny you mentioned Dave Metzler because I feel like everybody hates that guy. I was listening to a podcast between Eric Bischoff.
Oh, Bischoff can't stand him. Bischoff always
I
talks shit
know
about
both
Dave
Bischoff
Meltzer.
and both Bischoff and
Richard.
Bruce Pritchard hate him. Good God.
Yeah, Bischoff's words describing Dave Meltzer are very colorful to say the least.
Yeah. More colorful than Bruce Pritchard. My God.
Yeah, he
Eric
calls him
Bischoff
a
just got us
pussy.
wrong.
Yeah, he calls him a pussy. He calls him a scrawny ass bitch. Yeah, you name it.
Sheesh.
I mean, Eric Bischoff's bullshit alarm isn't any better, but that's another story.
I know, but like, just regardless, though, like when he hears about Dave Meltzer just saying about anything, especially during the dark times of WCW, he's like, he's not having it.
Yeah, and apparently, yeah, he's not having it, and also Bobby Lashley and MVP aren't having it with WWE anymore. But yeah, it's gonna be sad to see them both go. I kind of feel like there's still something that Triple H could have done with them, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out that way. So it looks like they're gone. Damn.
You know what? When Bobby Lashley was with the Street Profits recently, I thought they were gonna go heel.
They initially were heels when they formed the stable initially, and then
Yeah,
they turned them babyface, and yeah, there hasn't really been much to them since. They were doing that feud with Karrion Kross and AOP going into WrestleMania, but ever since
yeah,
then, yeah, there's just been really nothing with them.
I know. Hmm.
And now people are starting to say that like Triple H is racist and he doesn't like look out for the black wrestlers. He doesn't push the black
Oh,
wrestlers.
stop.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
gonna dig.
that's
I'm
that's
not
a
gonna
that's
dig
a
into that.
that's a
Yeah, I'm
dumb
not doing that.
that's a dumb take. It's a very dumb take.
Look, I've been vocal about the Triple H and Booker T match from WrestleMania 19 and how all that went down, but
That's no
I don't.
comparison to that.
I'm not gonna accuse like Triple H of being racist and holding back the black wrestlers and all that jazz. There's no real proof of that. No one's even came out to openly discuss that. So until that ever happens, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Right. It's not. There is no comparison to that. It's not like Triple H had any part of that storyline we have with Booker T. There is no comparison, and as it kind
Well,
of
he was the one who apparently nixed the idea of Booker T beating him because Booker T initially was supposed to win that match, but Triple H vetoed it.
okay, but we're not talking about that. I'm not talking about the result of the match. I'm talking about the
The
storyline
story, yeah.
building up to it. The hell with the result. I'm talking about the storyline. That's what everybody was tripping about. Was that
Yeah,
segment?
and you know who was tripping about some racist ass storylines and dialogue recently was Jinder Mahal. He was recently opening up about the fact that one time when he was the champion, they were gonna make him like say this like really racist and really offensive shit in his promo, like to Nakamura, and like he really didn't want to do it. And one of the writers even like threatened his job if he didn't do it. And then eventually, when
Mm,
he talked to Vince about it, Vince was like, "Yo, don't worry about it. It's entertainment. It's all good." And then right when he said it, like right when he did the promo, like he knew it was wrong and he knew like it shouldn't have been done that way.
mm,
But what's he gonna do? It's his job. What is he gonna do? But I know exactly what he's talking about. I think yeah, like during his feud with Nakamura in one promo, he like said something referencing Godzilla. Yeah, some dumb shit like that. I'm like, bro, come on. This is the best you guys can come up with.
when was this? It was like 2017.
Yeah, during Jinder Mahal's title reign. So another reason to say fuck Vince McMahon.
But regardless, though, I mean, it's like whenever a wrestler's release, and if it's like we're dealing with minorities, it's not. You're gonna people take it as oh it's a racist thing and blah. It's a dumb take. It is because there are a lot of successful. I think there's way more successful minority wrestlers now than there was 20 plus years ago, 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
There's probably more successful minorities in wrestling right now than there's probably ever been, period.
Right.
If you really think about it
I mean,
deeply.
you want to go deep. People want to say that. Look at Bianca Belair.
And Jade Cargill and
Right.
Naomi.
And I'm telling you right now, and then once
Carmelo Hayes, I'm sure is going to do well
exactly,
when
and
he
then
gets to that next level.
right, and let's not forget Trick Williams when he eventually moves on to the main roster. So it's a dumb take to say when people say that.
Very dumb take to say. Yeah, just as they look as dumb saying that shit as Hulk Hogan looked at the Republican National Convention last week.
Oh Lord.
Fucking clown. What a fucking clown. I was talking to my best friend about this, and he basically broke it down to me in the sense that Hulk Hogan probably knows that he lost a lot of like loyal fans from like the racist rant, among other things he's done. He probably realizes he lost those fans, so instead of trying to win those fans back, he's just catering to whatever fans he has left, that being the hardcore Trump supporters. Yeah, ripping his little shirt on stage, talking about Trumpomania. Fuck out of my face. But what would be great? What would be great is if Booker T showed up at the Democratic National Convention and say, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you again.
Oh my Lord.
That whole thing's a mess anyway. Yeah, it's so weird. Since the last time we talked to you guys, Trump got shot. Then Biden drops out of the race.
Yeah, COVID.
And now, yeah, he had COVID also.
He had COVID, and then about, I don't know, a few days later or whatever, then he drops out of the race. I'm like, huh? And then I'm like, what's going to happen now?
It's looking like Kamala Harris is probably going to take over for him.
Yeah, most likely.
But I'm not hopping on the bandwagon though. I'm not gonna shit on Kamala Harris, but I'm not about to like sing her praises and say, hallelujah, Kamala Harris, bow down to Kamala Harris, you go girl, you go girl. I'm not buying what they're selling. I can smell it from a mile away. But that's another story for another time. But good news came out about Kevin Owens' mom. Kevin Owens' mom is actually doing much better, and I believe she's actually out of the hospital now.
I heard, amen.
Good.
Yes.
Happy to hear that. And also, congratulations to Ronda Rousey as she was at San Diego Comic-Con earlier this week.
So was CM Punk.
I didn't even know that.
I saw the video. He was there.
Oh, shit. And it was confirmed at San Diego Comic-Con that Ronda Rousey is expecting her second child.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, congratulations to her and her husband.
Yeah. It's not a surprise that CM Punk was there. I mean, that dude loves comic books, so...
Of course.
Yeah, not a surprise.
But who was also there was some AEW talent, and the two main AEW talents that were there, and this was caught on camera, were Britt Baker and Mercedes Mone with her new bodyguard as of Wednesday on Dynamite, Camille. Yo, Camille is a sight to see if I've ever seen one. Yo, this girl has a crazy-ass physique.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't say she's not as cut up, I would say, as Jade Cargill is, but she still looks very impressive regardless. But yeah, so that's Mercedes Moné's new Diesel, if you want to call her that. And Britt Baker was speaking at Comic-Con, and she was interrupted by Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné got in her face and held the title up, and this led to like a little scuffle between the two that had to be separated. And another person who was here during the scuffle was Tony Khan, and he made the match official for All In at Wembley Stadium on August 25th for the TBS title. It will be Mercedes Moné against Britt Baker. Good shit. Good shit. Yo, this All In card is also looking good too. SummerSlam is also looking like a great show, but All In Wembley is also looking sexy too.
I heard. So I've heard.
And I've been very critical about AEW these last few months, but I have to be honest, ever since Forbidden Door, they've really turned the corner. They've really been turning it around big time. And I have to give them props where it's due, because the last month of Dynamite and their storylines has been well done. Thumbs up. Any good phrase you can think of. That's what the fuck AEW's Dynamite and television has been for this last month. It has been fucking dope, son.
You know what's the one thing that throws me off in a storyline wise is that, yes, MJF is the new international champion, right?
And that was a great match, by the way, with him and Will Ospreay. They went 59 minutes and 58 seconds. It was looking like the match was going to go the time limit draw, but like right as the match is about to end, MJF hits him with the diamond ring and he wins the title.
and then
Fucking
insult to
A.
injury the following week. Stop. You know what's F and A is the fact that he changed the international title to the American Championship.
Oh yes, he did do that. Yeah, that
My
title was pretty good
God.
actually.
Oh, he mastered it. Oh my God, what the hell is he doing?
He should have showed up at the Republican National Convention.
Damn it, I do not. Oh my God, that belt hit. Oh, please bring back. Please bring back that international championship.
He's doing a troll job, bro. This is just
I
him
know.
trolling. This is him saying, screw all the other countries. America's the greatest. Yeah, he would fit
Oh,
in well with the Fox News crew.
good Lord.
But then Will Ospreay came on to interrupt this little championship celebration. So it's looking like from that interruption in the segment they had that we're gonna get that as the rematch at All In, which I'm down for. I'm down for that. If that match they had on Dynamite last week is any indication, yo, we are in for it, son. That was one of the best matches this whole year.
I heard.
Yeah, definitely a match of the year candidate. Like, I really thought legit it was going to go to the time limit draw, but literally, like, with 2 seconds left, MJF wins. Damn it.
Hey, but you know what's one title win that I'm happy for? It is not in WWE. It was not in AEW. It was in TNA.
Oh, yes. I know what you're going to talk about.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, because it was almost a week ago. Dolph Ziggler, or Nick Nemeth, as he's called in TNA, at TNA Slammiversary became the TNA World Champion.
Yes, he did. Congratulations to him.
Yes.
He's still doing work.
And I'm happy for that company, man, because like with all the pitfalls and the stuff that they've been throughout the years, that was like the largest gate that they made as far as ticket sales at that event.
That's crazy.
I know TNA has really been stepping up lately ever since, whatever new regime that they've got under over the, past, year or so though. But I'm very happy for them, man. I'm very happy.
Yeah, they've had a lot of rocky years. There were certain times where I thought they were going to be
Yeah.
out of business for good. But, yo, they're still going strong. They're still hanging in there, and I got to give
Yeah.
them credit. They've been around since 2002. Yeah, they've been around since back then.
Damn. I didn't start watching that till like 05, and I even have like a Mount Rushmore.
I remember when TNA's like weekly shows would come on pay-per-view. They wouldn't even come on like actual television. You'd have to order them on pay-per-view every week.
What? Oh, wow. You must, yeah. So you were way earlier than me, though, because when I first started watching it, they were on cable TV. But the thing is, you didn't know what channel to find them on, and it was at a random time on a random channel.
Yeah, kind of like how ECW was. But then eventually when they moved to Spike TV, that's when they kind of like had more stability.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt Angle came in like a little while after that. That gave them a huge boost. Yeah, that feud with Samoa Joe, people always rave about. Other matches we have official for All In. Since the last time we spoke to you guys, it is going to be Swerve Strickland defending the AEW Championship against the winner of the Men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. And that winner was Bryan Danielson.
Wow.
I'm happy for Bryan Danielson because he had to miss last year's All In show due to injury. And now he's going to be in the main event of this year's show.
Good for him.
It's also good for him considering the fact that his like full-time career is winding down. And actually, interesting fact, his AEW wrestling contract expires next week. Yeah, he was talking about that recently about how like when his son was born, his second child, like him and his wife like had a talk about like how he would only wrestle for about 4 more years before he started to wind it down. And yo, it's really coming to that point now.
But if it is, look, I'm happy that he's put in this position.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be like his last like real big hurrah, his like last real big major match at a major show and like in front of that big of a crowd. Yo, I'm looking forward to it. Against Swerve Strickland, who's also been on a roll. Yeah, that's gonna definitely be a match to watch, son. I'm telling you, man, this card is looking ridiculous.
And this is also very good for Swerve Strickland as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe his like title reign wasn't gonna be a long one, but from the way it's looking now, he's probably gonna be champion for a hot minute.
Yeah, because of what he's been doing and then the quality of the matches that he's been in.
Yeah, great quality matches. And against Bryan Danielson, I'm not expecting any less. Oof.
No.
Yeah, I can't wait for that show. And also another match that was made official is for the AEW Women's Championship. We're going to have Timeless Toni Storm defending against the winner of the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament, Mariah May. And this got heated up in a major way after Mariah May won the Owen Hart Cup a few weeks ago. As Toni Storm was celebrating with her, Mariah May was like grabbing the belt and grabbing the cup, but as she was grabbing the championship belt, she nailed Toni Storm with it. She nailed Toni Storm in the head with it, made her bleed, and then took Toni Storm's heel and just started clocking her in the head with it. Yo, I had never seen a women's segment where there was like that much blood and that much violence, and damn, I don't know if I've ever seen that, honestly. Yeah, that shit was gruesome, son.
Wow.
This kind of reminded me of when Kevin Owens turned on Chris Jericho with the Festival of Friendship, but this was far more violent. And yeah, that was a great angle. And what they've been doing on TV with them in the last few weeks since then has also been interesting. And yes, this is also going to be another match that I am fucking looking forward to. I cannot wait.
And when is it again? August what?
25th, August 25th.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely be ordering that show. Probably 3 women's matches at All In. The 2 of these matches I mentioned, and also possibly Willow Nightingale against Chris Statlander.
Nice.
Since Chris Statlander and her have been feuding the last few weeks, including a segment on Wednesday on Dynamite where Willow Nightingale got F5'd on like the crates in the back. Yeah, they're really heating this one up too. So I could definitely see this as a part of All In on the 25th of August.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about Wembley Stadium in London because there's been, I think it's been confirmed that they're going to bring a WrestleMania to London in the future.
Yeah, they should. They should.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I even saw the picture today of a ticket stub of someone who went to the Michael Jackson Bad Tour at Wembley Stadium back in 1988.
Whoa. Nice.
It was actually the same weekend of SummerSlam of 88 too. It was August 27th.
Wow.
I can imagine what that show was like. I actually went to go see Janet Jackson and Nelly at the State Farm Arena last weekend.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw your videos. How was that?
It was good. Nelly performed for like maybe 40 minutes, give or take. His set was solid. And then Janet did like a good hour or so. Yo, that girl can go, son. That girl can go even at like over 50 years old at this point, being around for as long as she has. Yo, that girl can still perform her ass off.
Nice.
And she did pretty much all of her hits too. She pretty much did her hits from like Control, from Rhythm Nation, from the Janet album, from the All For You, Velvet Rope. Yeah, she was doing everything. The only real 2 songs she didn't perform that I was kind of maybe thinking she would perform are We Go Deep from Velvet Rope, and also the Doesn't Really Matter song, the one from Nutty Professor 2. Yeah, that song is way better than that movie is. Oh, did you see Beverly Hills Cop 4?
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
I heard like good things from it. I gotta watch. I still gotta watch that. I don't know why I haven't started Cobra Kai yet. I've been like so busy this week.
Oh fuck! You still haven't watched it yet?
No, there's only like 5 episodes, so don't worry.
It's only 5. Yeah, it's only 5 episodes. It's pretty good. Definitely a lot of crazy shit goes down as always. So
as always,
catch up on that shit.
Right.
Yeah, catch up on that shit whenever you can. The next part of the season doesn't come out until like the middle of November.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I saw there was 5 episodes, I already knew like, great, there's gonna be a part 2, season 6. So that was very evident.
There's gonna be 3 parts actually. The second part comes out in November, and then the third part comes out sometime in 2025.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it was solid. I enjoyed it. Definitely a lot of like crazy ass shit, a lot of on again, off again friendships, which is a no surprise. But yeah, check it out whenever you can. Beverly Hills Cop 4 was cool and all, but the only thing is I think I would have liked that one a lot more if I had gotten to see it in theaters, if it were playing in theaters.
That is weird how Hollywood does that. They there's certain movies where I feel like it has good potential, but it's like, okay, why is it going straight to streaming versus where it could be released on the theater? Maybe because it's probably like a financial thing.
Maybe, possibly.
Maybe, you know what I mean? So okay, the next 2 movies I want to see coming up now, I want to see the new Twister movie.
Ew.
I want to watch Wolverine and Deadpool.
I actually saw that last night. It was dope. I really had fun watching that movie.
What do you got against Twisters?
Was never really a fan. I never really got into the original one. And it's saying
I
like,
like the original one. I was just me and my girlfriend was just watching the original one about a couple weeks ago, and I forgot how good that I liked it. It was very different and creative. Like there are people that actually do that stuff, but I actually liked it. I haven't watched it in a long time before that though, but like I sat down and watched it, and it was actually like it was good. I liked it.
okay, fair enough. I have another movie from 96 that's my personal favorite.
Which one?
My favorite movie from 96 is actually A Time to Kill.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, the other favorites I have from 96 are also Scream and Set It Off.
Okay.
But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine was a lot of fun, a lot of fucking violence. It was funny as hell, good choice of music,
Yeah.
and a lot of
Okay.
surprise cameos that I'm not going to give away.
Okay, good. I want to watch that movie. So I'm happy that Wolverine is wearing that classic
Yeah, it's
yellow
dope. Yeah, it's dope.
attire that he from the comic books. So I like that. And it's also good seeing Hugh Jackman play as that character, man. It's crazy. It's been 24 years. And still been playing that character, man. Crazy.
And I thought he died. I thought he died in Logan, but he's back.
Yeah, and that was a sad ending, though. Damn it.
Yeah, it was a sad ending, but damn, was that movie good. That was probably the best X-Men movie that there's ever been made.
I think, was it Days of Future Past?
The only one I hear people like really rave about as far as the X-Men movies, like the one that's really that good is X-Men 2.
I love the first two.
I haven't seen X-Men 2 since like it came out like in the theaters.
I love the first two. The third one was a flop.
Oh, I heard the third one was trash. Yeah, I heard the third one was horrible.
Third one was bad. Oh my god, the third one was a flop. Usually, and like I said this before, third parts in a movie series are usually not good.
Typically trash. Yeah, they're typically trash.
Typically, yeah.
Another third installment came out that same summer.
When 2006?
Yeah, another trash ass third installment came out that same summer. Fast and Furious Tokyo shit.
Oh yeah. It was one of the I think it was Days of Future Past is one where they went back in time. That was one of my favorite ones though. But if I had to pick an all-time favorite, damn.
Out of the ones I've seen, it's Logan. Logan was incredible. Violent, great story, very sad ending, but yo, it definitely delivered in every way possible.
Yeah. I love First Class. First Class was dope because you've told a story of where everybody came from. I love that.
I also like the first Deadpool. The first Deadpool was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first Deadpool was mad dope. The girlfriend was mad fine in it, but that's not something we need to dive into too much. But one thing that was also dope and mad violent that happened on AEW on Wednesday night was the Blood and Guts match between Team Elite and Team AEW. And yo, they had everything in this match. They had blood. They had like staple guns. They had like people putting staples into people's mouths. And then Darby Allin's crazy ass was like climbing like the roof of the cage because there was a roof on top of the cage and did the coffin drop on the Jack Perry through a table. Yo, that shit was nuts, wow. Man.
Crazy.
And there was this one spot where Jack Perry was like tied into the cage by handcuffs, and then Darby Allin like just threw a chair into his head. And people were pissed off about that too. I think I saw Corey Graves post something about that. But apparently from what came out afterwards, that chair was a gimmick chair. It wasn't a real chair.
Mm.
Yeah, and also throughout this match, you could tell there was dissension between Adam Page and also the Elite dudes to the point where Adam Page spent like the early part of the match before he was supposed to get inside attacking Swerve Strickland, who was a part of Team AEW. And it was to the point where the Elite dudes like threatened to fire him if he didn't eventually come into the match. So yeah, that's also been heating up, and it came to the point where they had Jack Perry tied up, and then Darby Allin was like taking gasoline and pouring it all over Jack Perry, and he was about to set him on fire, but he said he would not set him on fire if the Elite agreed to make a match between Darby Allin and Jack Perry for the TNT Championship at All In, which they agreed, and he also said that they better surrender the match too, which they also did, and that gave Team AEW the win and saved Jack Perry from becoming barbecue dinner.
Yikes.
Thinking that they were gonna try to set somebody on fire, and lo and behold, that's exactly what they tried to do.
Jesus.
It's much different from the WWE War Games matches because obviously they can use blood and they have a top on the cage as opposed to WWE that does not have a top on the cage. So it has a different element to it. But these matches, admittedly, they're not for everybody. Yeah, I can see how some people get turned off by it. But I
Yeah.
personally enjoyed it. I personally don't mind some of these violent matches as long as they don't go too far. Like the Nick
Mm.
Gage dude. I don't know if you're that familiar with Nick Gage's matches, but yeah, his matches are just too much. Too fucking much.
Yikes.
But I think this match, while it was a lot, it was definitely very hardcore. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all 48 minutes of it.
That's good.
Yeah, it's like their once a year tradition they do like every July.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything else you want to get into tonight, my friend?
No, that'll be all. I can't wait for our prediction show. I can't wait for SummerSlam. I honestly have to say, and I was thinking about this the other day. It's only been 4 years, well, no, 5 years into this decade. This so by far has been the best year WWE has so far.
Yeah, I think so far it's been as good, if not better than last year.
Yeah, this has been their best year in this decade.
Yeah, I can't disagree. This decade has been a real turnaround for them compared to the last two.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think I've sent you these like list of like the best matches and like the best shows from like each year of like a specific decade. Yeah, you could definitely tell that their quality fell off a lot over those years, and it's gotten a lot better in recent years.
yep. And I know definitely towards the end of the year, I'm gonna like for the first time in a long time, I'm actually gonna like go back and rewatch, most of the PLEs from from the year. So
Yeah, there's not one I could think of that's some skippable from this year. All of them all delivered.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll have our prediction show for SummerSlam next week, in addition to some of our favorite SummerSlam moments over the years. But until next time, for John Randall, this is Conscious Kurt with another edition of the Clash of the Champions. Take care, enjoy your weekend, enjoy Wolverine and Deadpool because that shit was fire. And remember, do not be an asshole or a douchebag in real life or social media because that toxic ass bullshit is for the birds.
And that's, ladies and gentlemen, and take care. God bless, and always be cool.